Alright, welcome to the final review. So, it should be noted that I kind of skipped the grind session. I got a little bit done, but after realizing that most of the enemies that I was fighting were like assholes, and I couldn't find a good place to grind, I just kind of went with where the levels are now. Sorry if you're expecting big levels, but that is not the case this time. Let's go ahead and start the final review, and let's start with Ovelia. Recap, Ovelia was sent here on accident because of a save state debacle that I had in a previous seed, in the collateral damage seed, very long time ago, and she discovered that she's actually originally from this seed, so the one she was in was an aberration for her. But, yeah, anyway, let's talk about her. So at first she was really good because of W Ice Rabbit. Then we find out about midway through the game that we can equip a coin toss and give pretty much anybody that. Yeah, she's still good. Like, I would not say that she's a bad character. Now, why do W Ice Rabbit? Because we can buy Mega Elixirs, and she's got an item command. So anybody with an item command is just a better healer than her. She does have a gold hairpin, and she's got some decent spells here. She's got Quake and X-Zone and stuff. Quick is probably the best thing she has, so that might come into play towards the end of the game. Obviously, we have run into many a final Kefka we had to defeat by using Quick, so that could help. As far as her Espers go, Final Summon Odin, haven't even really used it that much. Starlet, obviously, the thing that gives her the Plague Curse, and Sneeze Guard, which is nice, because I'm sure we'll run into at least whatever enemy became Henry in the tower, so we'll probably put a Sneeze Guard on. And then Shiva. This is probably the one I will use mostly because freebie is really nice. You use an item and you have a chance of like getting the item back when you use it, which is pretty cool. But yeah, she's just a decent character, and mostly what I've been doing with her is giving her the greatest so that she can get Mimic instead of Fight, because Mimic is awesome, and a lot of people, one or two people, are using Ultima. Fury, I swear to God, you are not going to lick my drink just because I have one. This is beginning to be a problem. Do you need an intervention, my dude? Go play. Anyway, so yeah, W Ice Rabbit is great. It's an amazing healing spell twice in a row. But yeah, she's pretty good. I will give her how about a welcome home out of 10, since this is her home seed. Alright, who's next? Let's go with Ness. So Ness is awesome. And it's a little bit weird because I am a little bit upset with Ness because he has R-Beast, which is a great random skill, of course. But he has Lore and X Magic. Now, optimally, you want those two, because those are two of the skills that cannot be replaced with Replace Everything. Optimally, you want those separated on characters, so that you have one person that has X Magic and one person that has Lore. So, unfortunately for Ness, he got both. It's fortunate for him because it makes him a really good character, but it kind of makes Lore not great, because we have the best spell we have in here is Quasar, which usually that's pretty good for endgame. We don't have Grand Train or anything, but it really doesn't matter because he has X Magic and he has Ultima. So he's going to be double ultimating. There's literally no reason to use Quasar. It will do like half the damage of his Ultima, and it'll only do it once, whereas I can do full damage from Ultima twice. It's just too good. And then characters can mimic it, and it's just over the top good. He actually got all three of the spells that hit everybody. That's kind of crazy. I bet he can equip Crusader too. No, he cannot. Okay. But yeah, Fenrir got it for him, and I don't know what I'll equip him with as far as an Esper, but we'll see. Either way, he is just going to be doing double Ultimas, and it turns out that I think our Force Shield, Force Shield is the float. Aegis Shield has half MP cost, so he will probably equip an Aegis Shield and be throwing them for 40 apiece, which will equal 80. He's just gonna wreck shit, and he's pretty awesome, so good job, Ness. I give you a third strongest of all of the moles out of 10. Alright, Partha, the other half of the dynamic duo from the collateral damage seed that ended up here because of my save stating happening. So Partha has fight, morph, jump magic. So that is, like, she's like the polar opposite of Ness. She got the two worst command. Well, I don't know. I guess, yeah, they're still worse. Morph and jump are two of the ones that can't be replaced also, and she got them both, and they're two, like, the worst. However, lucky for her, her magic list is pretty good. She did get Meteor. She has X-Zone. She also has Merton if we have to go that route. And, yeah, she's also got Sneeze Guard. SOS Warp is really helpful from Zone Seek, also, if we can get her to low HP and we can instant run from stuff in the tower. We might not do that a whole lot, because I kind of need EXP at this point. But yeah, that's pretty cool that she got all that good stuff. And she's been a pretty good, pretty cool spellcaster, actually. But, yeah, that's basically all she's doing is using magic, because Morph and Jump aren't very unique. But what she does well. So, thank you, Partha. I'll give you a wish you had Earth Slash out of 10. It's definitely my favorite monk skill. Let's see, let's go downstairs. Let's grab Mario. Mario, yet another of the only 3 characters who are innate to this seed. Ovelia being one, and Mario being another. So Mario was really, really helpful early game, and actually has been pretty good late game too, except like now Quake strats aren't really where we are, but at the time Quake strats was everything. Like Mario was the best character we had for that reason. And when Earth didn't hurt something, our Wind was a good backup. Now he's got magic, but there's not like anything great in here, and none of his espers are really great either. I guess Stray is fine because SOS Warp, but that's about it. So yeah, really he's just going to be quaking, I think, and his magic power isn't great. So Mario, not very, very good, but really good for early game. Like, very strong character getting us through into the World of Ruin for sure. So I will give you a not as cool as your brother, but still pretty cool out of 10. Luigi's my favorite. Alright, Ayla. Ayla is such a tragic character because I love her so much. She has been my favorite character in Chrono Trigger before. She is obviously one of my favorite video game characters of all time just because she's from Chrono Trigger. And she's so much fun in that game. Like, if you guys have never watched my top 10 techs in Chrono Trigger, the first 9, spoiler alert, the first 9 are just awesome techs. None of them involve Ayla. And then, you know, number 1 is any tech involving Ayla, because they're just so hype and so cool. Unfortunately, Beyond Chaos was not kind to her this time. She got Float as a command, which did help in tandem with Mario early on. That was pretty cool that she did have it. Like, at first I'm like, this sucks. And then we got Mario, and I'm like, oh, this is actually really helpful. She has a pair of earrings. Really what we were doing early on is either giving her the Kaiser Knuckle, because it has Earth Font for Mario to do more damage, or the Imp Halberd so that she would proc Merton sometimes. That's basically all she was doing. But she did learn, naturally, Ultima. So she is able to use Ultima now, which is pretty cool. She also got Meteor, so she got a lot of really good spells here. We did a little bit of ice piercing stuff at one point with Ice 3, because she was able to equip something that did that, but yeah, really she's not the best character ever. Ayla, I love you. I'm going to give you a I hope you're the Berserker next time out of 10. She really wanted to be this Berserker, and I wish she would have been too. Alright, Vixie. The third and final character on our team that is innate to this seed. Pretty good early on too, pretty good in the World of Ruin actually, like we had to use her. But getting X-Zone was great. She's from the Trinity, the Desperation Trinity seed. I think she was our Star Prism user. But yeah, she's really, really good in this game when it comes to spells. She got Ultima also. I should mention, now that I've talked about Ultima enough, that largely because of my grind not going well, obviously, see, she's only level 36 and like barely has over 2,000 HP. This Kefka Tower, every single rule that I've come up with up to this point, and every single rule from my rulebook, outside of the single Paladin Shield rule, is null and void. As far as like keeping one character with Ultima on a team and no one else on that team, that, nah, no. We are 100% going in. My rulebook is totally gone except for that. Except for the Paladin Shield 1. But yeah, everybody who has Ultima is going to be using Ultima, because that's kind of where the characters are. So yeah, that's going to be her job from now on. She has a lot of espers she can use. Chances are she'll be putting Raiden on her because Nuke Boost is really good with Ultima. And Repel Water Sunken State has been pretty good too throughout the game. But yeah, pretty much she's just going to be ultimating. For a while there, I did have her with the Phoenix Sword and the Black Belt because it has Gunblade on it, which was really cool. And she was proccing Hyperdrive a lot and Flare. But yeah, chances are she's going to be ultimating. So Vixie, I will give you a glad you weren't sent on the mission to Nursh out of 10. Marl. If you want to talk about strong-ass characters, Marl has been awesome this game. I'm really glad she was, because I like Marl a lot, obviously. But yeah, she just nailed everything, hit every beat you would want, and she just got better as the game went on. So, number one, she has Absolute Zero, which is obviously thematic for her. Big Ice Spell, super strong. X-Zone was like the VIP of this entire run, and she just had it innately. Other characters can learn it through magic, through items, but she came with it, and it was just destroying everything. Early on, because of the coin toss, we were giving her the coin toss and allowing her to be our healer as well, because she didn't have really great magic yet, so she was using W Ice Rabbit when Ovelia was not around. However, now we remove it, because she is definitely our Ultima user. So she basically started off with doing Absolute Zero for the most part, for damage, and then every fight we got in, we just tried X-Zone immediately, and if it killed them in one go, we just did that every time we saw them. As far as her espers, that is kind of what sucks about her. Final Spiral on anything sucks, because that means if you die, you just spiral her out of the fight, which is stupid, and both of these espers have that. Bahamut is okay. Ice Sink, Instant Run. I mean, Instant Run we could use sometimes. Raiden has been her best thing. This is her best esper. Nuke Boost, which makes her Ultima do ridiculous damage, and SOS Golem, which is just pretty good anyway. And then Ifrit, the funniest meme one that we got. Earth Boost, Earth Sink. So, but yeah, anyway, she's basically just doing Ultimas, and her giant magic power from the Nuke Boost is just kicking ass, and we just equip her with a bunch of stuff that raises her magic power. Perfect example of a character that started off strong and just got better as the game went on. She was not a disappointment at all. Marl, I will give you a thanks for saving the future out of 10. Let's just go in here and see our little Kit Kat. Kat is our airship pilot. Kat is not coming with us into the tower. He is just a kitty. He does not need to fight. He just needs to hang out on the airship and go back to Chrono, because Chrono's looking for him. But, yeah, he's got a wall ring innate. Like, that really sucks. Especially considering, like, his good, like, support ability is question mark haste 2, which casts haste 2 on your party, and it bounces off of his wall ring and gives it to an enemy. And then he doesn't have a magic command, he has R Ice, which R Ice is great, but it ain't no freaking, like, Absolute Zero, even if it can pull it. His magic power is only 27. He doesn't have a magic command. Even if he did, his Ultima would not do a lot of damage, even though he could learn it. So yeah, this kitty cat is just a kitty cat. He also got Gold Mage on this, which would have been great if he was a magic user, but he is not. So, kitty cat, I love you. You're super cute. You're staying on the airship. We'll see you when everything's blown over, buddy. I will give you a Tent of Horrors minigame number 3 out of 10. Gotta get that cat food. Okay, Rydia. Rydia, one of the veterans of veterans. She has been in so many of my seeds early on, and Granny sent her to keep an eye on me this time, and she ended up being our Berserker. So the cool thing about Rydia, she's just a fight Zerker, but yeah, her Blizzard Orb has Juggernaut on it, which starts you out at like 50% or 75% power and 50% magic power, but as the battle goes on, it raises by 25% per turn, so you have a chance to either get, like, you can either take that off and just be 100% power, or you can put it on and potentially be 200% power by the end of the fight. The thing that sucks about the Blizzard Orb is it casts Demi, which is terrible. So yeah, it has been worth it and hasn't been worth it to put it on. And then her Rage Ring is just Rage Ring, but it has can counter on it. So she can counterattack with the Rage Ring. So basically what we do, since she can equip it, we just give her the Phoenix Sword and then give her the Rage Ring. And usually we're not giving her the Blizzard Orb because we just ribbon her, so she can't be status affected. As far as her Espers, I really like Auto Remedy. Auto Remedy's awesome, so anytime anybody's afflicted with a status effect, this will proc, and she'll step forward and, like, heal it, which is super nice. It is the only Esper she can equip, but it's all she really needs. So, it's pretty cool to have a Berserker that's also a support character because of that. But, yeah, that's Rydia for you. I will give her a Swallowed by Leviathan out of 10. Oh, that brings back some trauma. Alright, Nestall, who we've not used really once. I used him a little bit in the grind session, obviously, because he is coming with us, I'm pretty sure. But, yeah, Nestall, Step Mine R-Ice. Actually, I think he's not coming with us, now that I think about it. I think he's one of the ones I'm leaving with Cat. Step Mine, I did it in grinding, and the Step Mine was only doing like 1,000 damage when we're at like 46,000 steps. Like, you can make Step Mine really, really good, but it takes a while. And then R-Ice, same with the Cat. It's not worth it. The only good thing he has is an item command. Tintinabar being his innate relic isn't great either. He's just not that good, and it's all because he's suffering from old face, because he's Ness's twin brother, but he's got a debilitating disease that makes him look curmudgeon-y. So, Nestall, I will give you a I hope you get better out of 10. Alright, Link. Link is our Mimic. We have used him a little bit in the Phoenix Cave, but we haven't used him a lot yet. He will get a lot of use in the Kefka's Tower, of course. But yeah, he is our Mime, and he's got awesome stuff to choose from. For whatever reason, when I try to give him a magic command, it made me into a liar. I was going to say, whenever I try to give him a magic command, it just tries to give him W Ice Rabbit, no matter what. But yeah, I guess it's working now. But chances are he will end up being on a team with somebody else that isn't on Ness's team. Oh, maybe not, because that's Mimic would be... No, he'd probably be on his own team. So he'll probably have X Magic and be on a team with someone with Ultima so that he can double Ultima. Most likely. Now that we have Big Guard, Lore wouldn't be the worst thing to put on him, but we'll have to see. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, we'll decide on that once we get into the tower and see what we're dealing with. But yeah, he's a decent Mime. His stats are Mime stats, so they're not incredible, but yeah, pretty cool to see that he's here. The reason he's here is because he tried to pull the Master Sword and travel back to being a child, and he ended up here instead, because this is a temporal pit stop, and you can end up here without wanting to. Anyway, Link, I give you a out of 10. Let's go with Sister Mary Chaos. So Sister Mary Chaos has been sent here by Granny also, not just to keep an eye on us, but apparently, you know, Granny had told her that there was some weird religious stuff going on with Big Greg and stuff, and she wanted her to check it out. And she has. And she's been pretty good, because she has Mimic innately. She was also pretty good on a team with Mario earlier, because her innate relic is Cherub Down, and she could just kind of float, and Mario wouldn't have to, like, nobody would have to, like, make sure she was okay from Mario's quakes. She just was. Question Mark Bolt helped out in a few places, but we didn't use it all that much. Mostly anymore, she's just been mimicking Ultimas, which is kind of bad because she doesn't have great magic power. Like, where Marl was doing, like, with everything all told, with, like, a group of 3 enemies, she was doing 6,000 damage to all 3 with her Ultima, and then the sister would mimic it, and it would be, like, 2,000 apiece. So, it's not amazing. She's not amazing, but she's okay, and I like her. She does have Nuke Boost, so that could help out. She also got Phoenix, which we probably won't be using because she can't use a magic command. If we could, I would definitely be getting Quick for her also. Pretty much the thing that she's been using outside of Raiden, now that I realize she can, is Unicorn for Repel Ice and SOS Rabbit, because those are not bad skills. Sister, I am going to give you a Believe in the Chaos out of 10. Let's go and talk to Lena. So, Lena has been the most fun character in the game, mostly because this is perhaps my favorite strategy in Final Fantasy VI to do, is Valiant Knife strats. It's obvious if you've ever seen me with Clyde on the team. Her whole thing, like, just base, she's not that great. Sneak ring equipped, we could equip something that adds steal for her so she could actually steal and have a better chance of it, but we don't really need stuff. We got plenty of stuff. Our Fizz is just sword techs and blitzes and stuff like that in there, and our Gray is like gray magic, like time magic and stuff like that, which makes sense because she's a time mage. But really, she's just Razor Blade, because we give her a merit award. Yes, she does require a merit award for this, but because I'm me and she was the first character I tried this with, I basically made it so nobody else can use this strategy because it's a her thing, because I'm an asshole. I could have literally done this with Vixie, because Vixie is just able to innately equip the Rising Sun, but what I've done is give her a Genji Glove, a merit award, and then we give her double Rising Suns, because they have Valiant on them. And as you know, the Valiant knife is really, really good, and the Rising Sun is, funnily enough, even better because she can do it from the back row. The Valiant knife, you still want to be in the front row to swing with. She's got double Rising Suns, and then we give her the red jacket, which has X-Fight on it, and whatever helmet. I was doing the Thornlet so that she kept getting damage ticks down, but I've realized that you don't really need help getting her to low HP, so I just give her the Cat Hood because it's got good defenses on it, and yeah, she just throws double Rising Suns and does butt tons of damage. 8 hits at low HP, and it's doing like 4,000 a throw right now, which equals a lot. So yeah, Lena, probably my favorite character in this seed to use, just because of that. The stuff she can equip, I mean, she can't use magic. If she could, this would be great, because Meteor, Haste 2, just freaking amazing. Alexander, SOS Cure 3, and Vorpal plus Quick is really, really good. Vorpal makes it so defenses are bypassed, and SOS Cure 3 Cure 3s you when you're at low HP. She definitely could have been a very different character if she could use magic, but yeah, considering that she can't, we would never want to use this, because we want her to be at low HP and not get healed. But SOS Cure 3 would make her healed every time she gets low HP, and then that would make her damage worse. So she would have been a very different character. This Bismarck, we haven't really used Bolt Font, Fire Font, like, we're not using any of those elements right now, so there's no point. So Shote is what I've been really equipping on her because of the Luck Font. Barehanded is cool, and that again could have made her a different character if I focused there, but Luck Font just makes it so our luck goes up, which probably means our critical hit rate goes up, and probably item drop rates. No one really knows exactly for sure, but yeah, that's the one I've been using, so there you have it. But yeah, Lena's cool as shit, and I will give her a apology for calling you a guinea pig out of 10. Alright, and it needs to be said, there is something missing. So let's have a second of silence for Will. So Will was really, really cool. He was a hooded guy who was with us in the World of Balance all the way through the Floating Continent, but he didn't make it off. He is presumed dead. He had Plasma and Arrow, which were really good spells. And he was really cool. He seemed kind of chill. He was mysterious, but he wasn't like Lorelei asshole mysterious or anything like that. He was just like, he was just a cool dude, and he seemed to know who we are, and maybe even where we're from, but I wish I could have got to know him better. R.I.P. Will. Now talking about the seed. So obviously the Magitech Research Facility sucked ass with the Apocalypse 128 at the end. That was a pain in the dick. The Flame Eater also sucked. Those guys who just threw stones and confused the hell out of me over and over. As far as everything else, the Fanatics Tower was surprisingly easy. Most of everything was pretty easy. Even the Phoenix Cave, I don't remember anything being super annoying, except for the dragon with the Quasar. That was the one thing that pissed me off, was that we couldn't beat the dragon on the first go-through of the Phoenix Cave. That did suck. But outside of that, I mean, the World of Balance was wait, hold on a minute. The tentacles. Jesus. Okay, so I have a theory and I don't know. But it sure feels like it. I think this planet that we're on is this dimension's BC2023, because this is definitely a Hell Planet sort of a seed. It rivaled the Hell Planet in some cases. I still think the Hell Planet was worse. Obviously, this one is inhabitable, at least. But, yeah, this was a rough one. Yeah, I don't know what's in store for us in Kefka's Tower, obviously. But, again, I want to reiterate, my rulebook is totally out the window except for single Paladin Shield. Everything else is on the table. But, that being said, thank you guys for watching. We're going to head into Kefka's Tower and we're going to take care of this shit next episode. And I will see you then. Peace.